April 10, 1912, a date etched in history. The day the RMS Titanic, the world's largest and most luxurious passenger liner of its time, set out on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England, headed for New York City. Aboard this marvel of engineering were people from all walks of life, wealthy industrialists, famous actors, and immigrants chasing the American dream. Commanding the Titanic was 62-year-old Captain Edward John Smith, a seasoned sailor on what was meant to be his final voyage before retirement. Measuring over 269 meters long and 53 meters tall, Titanic was a floating palace. Built at a cost of $7 to $8 million, equivalent to nearly $400 to $500 million today, it featured stunning luxuries, stained glass mirrors, grand staircases, a heated swimming pool, Turkish baths, a gym, squash court, 4 restaurants, barber shops, and a library. The White Star Line, the company behind Titanic, proudly claimed their ship was unsinkable. So confident was the vice president of the company that he declared it publicly, "This ship cannot sink." But just 2 days into the voyage, on April 12, 1912, Titanic received its first ice warnings. Icebergs were known hazards in the North Atlantic, and nearby ships regularly relayed such warnings via radio. Titanic adjusted course twice, but did not slow its speed, continuing at 21.5 knots, roughly 40 kilometers per hour. On April 14, Titanic received 7 more ice warnings. Still, no reduction in speed. As darkness fell, the moonless sky made visibility poor. Temperatures plummeted. Atop the crow's nest, Lookout Frederick Fleet braved freezing winds, eyes watering in the cold. At 11:39 p.m., Fleet saw it, a massive iceberg directly ahead. He rang the warning bell 3 times and phoned the bridge. First Officer Murdoch ordered the engines to stop and the ship to turn left. But it was too late. At 11:40 p.m., Titanic's starboard side scraped against the iceberg for 10 seconds. The iceberg, estimated to be 400 feet long and weighing 1.5 million tons, tore small holes along the hull, near the bow. Titanic had 2 key safety features, a double-bottom hull and 16 watertight compartments. It was said that even with 4 flooded compartments, the ship would stay afloat. But this collision ruptured 6. The ship's fate was sealed. Captain Smith and shipbuilder Thomas Andrews inspected the damage. When they saw the flooding, the realization struck hard: the Titanic, the unsinkable ship, would sink. By midnight, Smith ordered distress calls. Jack Phillips, the radio operator, began tirelessly sending SOS signals. Finally, RMS Carpathia, 107 kilometers away, responded. But even at full speed, it would take 3.5 hours to reach Titanic. Meanwhile, lifeboats were lowered, but many passengers refused to board. Convinced of Titanic's unsinkable nature, they believed evacuation was unnecessary. The first lifeboat left with only 28 people, though it could carry 65. As the bow dipped underwater, the stern rose. Propellers emerged. Panic erupted. There were only 20 lifeboats, enough for just 1,200 of the 2,200 people on board. By 2:05 a.m., the last lifeboat was launched. Over 1,500 people remained. Some accepted fate. Others fought to survive. Eyewitnesses recall the ship breaking in two at 2:20 a.m. before finally sinking beneath the icy waters. Those who didn't drown died quickly in the -2 degrees Celsius water from hypothermia. Captain Smith is said to have gone down with the ship. Some believe he took his own life. Carpathia arrived around 3:30 a.m. Too late. It rescued the survivors in lifeboats, the rest were lost to the sea. Shockingly, another ship, SS Californian, was just 37 kilometers away. Its crew had even seen Titanic's distress flares, but Captain Stanley Lord dismissed them as party fireworks. The radio had been switched off. Investigations blamed Captain Lord. But he wasn't alone. The Titanic had too few lifeboats, because its creators believed it was unsinkable. No safety drill was conducted. And when the iceberg was spotted, the helmsman Robert Hickens panicked and turned the ship the wrong way. Why was Titanic speeding despite warnings? A popular theory blames Joseph Bruce Ismay, chairman of White Star Line, who allegedly pressured Captain Smith to maintain speed to complete the journey in 6 days and break records. The tragedy sparked sweeping changes in maritime laws. In 1914, the International Ice Patrol was formed. The SALAS Treaty was signed, mandating lifeboats for all and regular safety drills. The Titanic lay lost for over 70 years. Then in 1985, explorer Robert Ballard and a French team found it, 3.8 kilometers deep in the North Atlantic. The ship had split in two. Today, bacteria are slowly consuming the wreckage. Experts say by 2030, nothing will remain. Even after 113 years, the Titanic fascinates us. In 2012, billionaire Clive Palmer announced plans to build Titanic 2, an exact replica. But delays and modern preferences, like the need for Wi-Fi and TV, have stalled the project. The Titanic wasn't just a ship. It was a symbol of human ambition, pride, and ultimately, hubris. Its story serves as a haunting reminder: no matter how advanced our technology or how grand our dreams, nature and fate still hold the final say.